Cheers! It's not as exciting as it looks. It's literally just Gatorade. Hi friends! Today I am doing a coffee side chat with Gatorade. So dumb. So dumb! Oh no! Man, Steve made this point the other day. We can't have nice things because I can't have nice things. It just doesn't work. I just put the shirt on. I try to be, I try to drink my drink, and I fail. Hi guys, welcome to my coffee talk, except with Gatorade. I hope you guys are doing well. I'm just doing a quick little vlog to kind of catch up on all of the little nerdy things that we do and where we are with things. I wouldn't be a true fan if I didn't start with Xfiles. I'm going to put a spoiler alert at the top, just in case anybody's watching and doesn't want their shit spoiled. So jump ahead to whatever, I'll say it above. Jump ahead and we'll continue. So we're exactly halfway through season 9, and right now it's, I don't know, they definitely pushed their limits. Kind of just to recap, David Duchovny had it, was totally done. Fox realized that they had a really good hit on their hands, that Xfiles could make the money, so they decided that they were going to force them to continue doing the series. Chris Carter wanted to end the series at season 5, end it with the movie, and then continue with movies. However, that didn't happen. I can understand that every single person who was a hardcore fan when the show came out would have gotten very annoyed and frustrated with how the seasons continued. Season 7, they decided to start playing around with different styles of shooting. There was Triangle, where we went back in time, and so we played with a little bit more of when Hitler was still in control, and played with the old German style of filming. You've got the X-Cops, where they play in the style of Cops, the TV show, which is really cool, so that they can play with different angles on how you're going to approach from the camera and everything. You have your horror films, soap operas, drama, comedy. A lot of people didn't necessarily like that. However, it's season 7, whatever, Season 8, Mulder gets abducted, partially because Duchovny didn't want to be in it anymore. Towards the last quarter of the season, Duchovny comes back, and we end with Scully about to have her baby. The baby is supposedly Mulder's the father. Women who've been abducted, who have the thing on their neck, they're having babies without ever having sex. It's the whole conspiracy theory of the government implanting, hybrids into women who are scientifically known as barren. So then Scully gets pregnant. Scully chooses Mulder to be the father, essentially, first. Should start with that, which was phenomenal. She's about to have the baby, but then we find out that this one colony of aliens believes that her baby is going to be all-knowing and powerful, and they're frightened of it because they think it's going to take over their race. So then you have people tracking them down, and then you come back after she's given birth, and all of the aliens are like, no, it's a baby, cool, see ya. And we come home, no one's chasing us anymore, and we come home to a big, happy, kissy Mulder scene where we're a happy family, right? And that's how season 8 ends. Season 9 starts by Duchovny just being gone, and they just write it out with here's all his shit in Scully's house. He sold his apartment, he's just gone, and for safety procedures, we can't bring him back unless it's really important. So I didn't really appreciate how they just wrote it off. But I can understand as an artist as to why Duchovny would have just been like, no, I'm done with this series. We did the best that we could. Now we're just stretching it out for the sake of financial purposes. There's no reason for it, which I get. I would say the first 5 episodes of season 9, knowing that Duchovny's not going to come back until the very last episode, it really was tough for me to get through. But, I kind of let it go. We now have John Doggett and Monica Reyes as our new little spin-off within the show, and Scully comes in and we solve mysteries and we shove our baby into mom's arms and go, Mom, I gotta save the world and figure out why my baby has things spinning above it and why the rock from the spaceship is curling above the baby's head. As for their concepts and what they're trying to do with the conspiracy theory and what they're trying to do with the super soldiers, the last season and a half, Xfiles is really asking for me to be all right, I'm gonna let go of all my science. I'm gonna be more like Scully, more open. I'm gonna really like just kind of go with what they're trying to do. And so I've really come into season 9 with an open mind. I'm not hating it. And I said this to Steve last night, that really, John Doggett is a phenomenal man, and I'm going to explain to you why. He was there when nobody else was. When Mulder decided to go off, John Doggett was there to pick us up and make our feels feel better. And honestly, Xfiles knew that with Duchovny leaving, they had to bring in a huge name, and they had to bring in a phenomenal actor. And to be honest, Robert Patrick does it. He's just phenomenal. The last episode we watched was Audrey Polly, which is episode 11 in season 9. While that episode really asked for me to have an open mind and for me to be like, alright, there's no real resolution to this, but fuck it. It was like Inception, first of all, because Reyes gets into a car accident. We find out, you know, we've been teased again. That's what's really taking me off. We're being teased again with 2 of the main actors as to will they, won't they. Doggett admits that he does love her, you know, needs her in his life. She gets into a coma, you know, they're trying to unplug her and shit. And it asks for you to have a very big open mind. But that particular episode was written for Robert Patrick to just act, and he did it beautifully. I didn't want to go with him on that journey. He starts crying, and just it was, I think it was a one shot where you're watching him react as a normal person, and then all of a sudden just break, and he just starts crying, and the emotions are real, and it's a one shot, and it's beautiful. And John Doggett's our man. I don't even care. Don't even care. And I hope that he comes back in the new seasons, because we haven't watched it yet. So I don't hate it so far. I really don't hate it. We have the rest of season 9. We have the movie, which I heard was terrible. So we'll see. But then again, everyone said these last few seasons were awful. And yes, they lost what they had because Duchovny's really not wanting to be a part of it. But they still stuck true to their roots, and they just rewrote it for 2 different actors, and that's all it is, and I'm okay with it so far. So we'll see. I'll let you know. Steve and I will have a little breakdown of more nerdy things if you guys like. Enough about Xfiles. So Steve and I played the demo for Overwatch, which was actually really cool. I know, listening to the Co-Optional podcast, all of them are ranting and raving about this game and how they don't want to put it down, how when on PC the servers were brought down and they freaked out. And I get it. It's actually really cool. It feels very Blizzardy, as it does, and you know, it's a little bit more animu, which is okay. But I think it's actually a game we may be looking into getting. I think it's a very good game. I wasn't phenomenal at it because it's like Blizzard meets Halo. We only got to play in the beta, and it was really fun, and Steve got hooked immediately, which is great. I just really like that we both like it. That might be the next game we get. I don't get as angry as I do in Call of Duty. I have a slur of profanities that occur when I'm playing Call of Duty, so I think Overwatch might be a little bit better. So, plus it's not, I don't know, I don't think it's really a bunch of kids playing, but who knows? On a console, who honestly knows? But my girlfriend Tabby is a huge fan of the Uncharted series, and she just got the last game that finally fucking came out, and is going to lend me her copy of the bundle with the first 3 games. And I was thinking, I don't know, I would like some reactions in the comments section as to whether or not anyone would be interested, our little group of peoples, if anybody would be interested in me playing a playthrough of all of them. I know that when Steve and I played through The Last of Us, I loved it. Everybody knows that the controlling is a little funky. I know that that's very similar, and I could deal with that. And I know the storyline is phenomenal, the voice acting is amazing, plus the graphics. So I know that I want to start playing it soon, so if you guys are interested, I know that I will most likely want to do that too. So let me know. Let me know in the comment section below. Last thing that I want to bring up, if you are a true crime fan, the #1 thing that you should be putting into your ear hole is Sword and Scale. That is a phenomenal podcast. I downloaded it on Podcast Addict, which is an app that you can pull through for Android. On iPhones, obviously, you can use iTunes to download it. There are 66 episodes and it's continuing to grow right now. They let you know that it's definitely not for everyone. If you have a good stomach and you enjoy learning, this is the podcast for you. I have a desk job where I get to kind of just listen to podcasts all day long. And Sword of Scale I've been plowing through for the last 2 months, and I'm almost caught up, and I do not know what I'm going to do once I'm finished. I'm kind of freaking out. I actually was talking with Mike on Twitter the other night, who's the host and basically like the evil mastermind behind that whole show, and we just chatted. He's just a down-to-earth dude, and I can completely understand where his brain is, you know? It's just, this show is really in depth. It's like mini documentaries on different topics. They'll tackle current events. They'll go back even further in time when it's like the 1800s. I don't want to spoil anything, but just every topic that you could possibly think of. It's just a really great show that allows you to further understand how people think and what makes them snap. And I love psychology. That's just something that I've always loved studying. The show takes you inside the mind of serial killers and just sociopaths, and just the whole judicial system too, as to what certain countries, mainly they talk about the US and mostly Canada actually, but just the difference between the two of them, and how certain people, like if you are schizophrenic or you had a break, you can kind of get out of being responsible for a murder. And it takes you from the judicial system of how certain things, certain areas are very loyal to people and will do whatever it takes to find like a missing person, for instance, and help the family. And the whole opposite, which is they just completely do not take responsibility for it, do not want to do anything with it, or they're just snaky and they just abuse the system entirely. If you want to seriously learn something and have something that's on your mind a lot, like I can't stop thinking about this show. It's beautiful. It's very dark. But if you're somebody who likes documentaries, likes true crime, likes facts, and likes something that you can actually hold on to and use for the rest of your life, you should be listening to Sword and Scale. Thank you, Mike, for making my brain bigger, and just, you're phenomenal, dude. Keep it up. Thank you. But yeah, that's all I've got right now for you guys. Just a little sit-down chat with me. Thank you guys for tuning in. If you have any suggestions of any future videos that you'd like to see, you know, whether it's me or Steve or whatever, let us know. We always like feedback. And tell me things that I can improve on, things that you'd like to see me grow with. I like having, you know, suggestions so I can see what you guys are interested in. So if you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you guys like what we do here on our channel, want to help me out, share with your friends and family our channel, like, comment, subscribe, do all the socials. I would very, very much appreciate it. Thank you guys for listening to me, and I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your weekend. I love you. Thank you for tuning in, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.